The United States has said over and over again, we are not giving up on Ukraine. We will be there as long as it takes. And if, in fact, that is the deal that Trump and Putin work out, that is a repudiation of everything that the U.S. stands for. The concept of America as a trusted global ally would be shattered. NATO, in effect, would be shattered because we didn't live up to our word. It's very difficult right now to predict what is going to happen in the Trump-Putin relationship. But Putin feels that it is a very advanced country, the most advanced country in the world, and he lives with an illusion. And it's very, very dangerous. Likewise with Trump. Now, the two of them talk as though they know each other very well. And during Trump's first administration, they did meet a couple of times. But only once, and that was in Helsinki, did they meet and actually talk to each other for several hours, out of which Trump emerged saying that he believed Putin much more than he believed his own intelligence people. And that left an indication that Trump, in a way, had been taken in by Putin. Putin is a remarkably cold instrument of both war, politics, and diplomacy. He's a very rough character. He was trained in the KGB. He became a colonel in the KGB. That is his background. That is the way he thinks. He brought the world into the chaos of today by starting the Ukraine war. It's almost 3 full years. Now remember, he thought that he could go into Kiev and within 3 days to 5, he said, he would get rid of this pro-Nazi Zelensky, who was in office there, and then install a pro-Russian president. And then all of Ukraine would then shift toward the east. And Putin wanted that more than anything. He still does. Trump's vision of Ukraine and Putin's vision of Ukraine remarkably overlap. Both sides want a ceasefire in place. That means that since Russia now occupies 20% of Ukraine, Russia would be left with 20% of this country. It would be agreed that Ukraine could not, under any circumstances, join NATO or the European Union. Ukraine would be regarded as a neutral nation, and that is not what the Ukrainians wanted. The Ukrainians wanted to be associated with the West, but they'd be neutral, tilting to the east. So Putin would be quite satisfied with that kind of arrangement. The Ukrainians will argue that they must have security. How do you define security? Trump has his definition, Putin has his definition, and since the two of them want a deal very much, Ukraine will be pushed to the sideline, screaming betrayal, but nevertheless essentially ignored. And that is the shape of the deal that'll probably come up. That is a horrible.
And you think Trump will go along with that?
No, but Warren, the United States has said over and over again, we are not giving up on Ukraine. We will be there as long as it takes. And if, in fact, that is the deal that Trump and Putin work out, that is a repudiation of everything that the U.S. stands for. The concept of America as a trusted global ally would be shattered. NATO, in effect, would be shattered because we didn't live up to our word. What I'm getting at here is that the relationship between Trump and Putin is like handling hot potatoes. A president of the United States, when he speaks, the world listens. Today, one finds half of the United States government backing away from what it is that the president said yesterday. If that be the nature of the Trump leadership of the world is going to be in a very shaky state and in a position to be exploited by very cunning, crafty, unethical leaders such as Putin and probably China's Xi, but that is a more complicated story.